Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to look at the Arsenal player ratings versus Brentford, and we're going to look at how the Gunners got on individually in their Premier League opener. So the first person on the list is Bernd Leno, and the German couldn't do much for the opening goal, even though it looked at his near post and was probably fouled for the second goal. Looked flappy from a free crosses though. One good save from Bueno showed what he's capable of, but a mixed display to say the least. But for me, when we were considering about finding an understudy to Bernd Leno, I'd rather find a number one and use Bernd Leno as the understudy to that new number one, and he gets a 5 for his performance. Next up, we got Callum Chambers, and for Callum Chambers, he was really poor for the opening goal as he allowed Sergio Canos to cut inside far too easily. He offered very little offensively, poor aerially for the second goal as well. And in terms of Callum Chambers, he is someone that doesn't solidify himself as a starting right back as well. I think he was shocking. I think there was a lot of problems in that right hand side, and we need a new right back. And he gets a 4 for his performance. Next up, we got Ben White, and he had some really nice moments on the ball where he showed composure with the first half switch to Nicolas Pepe, the highlight, but the England international struggled against the aerial threat of Ivan Toney throughout due to the unavoidable weakness of his diminutive stature. And when it comes to Ben White, I think it was a tough first half. I think he's starting to realise why did he make the move from Brighton to Arsenal. He might be regretting it in his mind, but for his performance today, he deserves a 5. Next up, we got Pablo Mori, and a really jittery display from the Spaniard who struggled throughout with Brentford's high press. He often panicked and hoofed the ball away as he looked uncharacteristically nervous in possession. Awful aerially from Brentford's long throw for the second also. And I think ever since the pre-season friendlies, ever since the new season, Pablo Mori hasn't looked his usual self, and his calm, composed nature is something that has been disturbed. We don't know what's going behind the scenes, but for his performance he deserves a 4. Next up, we got Kieran Tierney, and Arsenal's most used attacking threat. The Scot was clever in the final third, looking to put in his usual consistent supply of crosses. Brentford largely dealt with it, but Kieran Tierney deserves praise for offensive output compared to that of his teammates. And he's the warrior. I think he should be given the captain's armband right now. The captains in our squad aren't even captains, and I think Kieran Tierney is just a level above, I feel sorry for the man because he puts 110% in and he cares about the fans, and he gets a 7 for his performance. Next up, we got Albert Sambilla. So much excitement around the young Belgian before tonight after an exciting pre-season, but this was not the Premier League debut he would have wanted. Tried to be adventurous in possession, but was often guilty of giving it away as he looked nervous throughout. And he was someone that I think just didn't realise the impact that the Premier League will do. The players will be up for it, and Conga did look very poor in my opinion, and he gets a 5 for his performance. Next up, we got Granit Xhaka, and a really poor moment in the first half where the Swiss was almost caught in possession on the edge of the box, which was going to be a very low moment given the captain's almonds, but couldn't lead with his passing, often choosing the safe option instead of the riskier ball. And for Granit Xhaka to be the captain again after what he's done all this time, he's the leader of our squad. Really, for me, we are a shambles. We've given him a new deal, it looks like, and he looked just as awful as he did previously, and he gets a 5 for his performance. Next up, we got Nicolas Pepe, and isolated out on the right wing with Callum Chambers tasked with coming infield instead of overlapping. Showed some inside moments where he was looking nice on the ball, but consistently crowded out by the hard-working Brentford defence. I think there was always two people trying to tackle Nicolas Pepe, and it was poor from Nicolas Pepe, to be honest. I think that right back is going to influence him massively. I think we need a new right back to get the best out of him, and if they get that relationship, he will be better, but he gets a 6 for his performance. Next up, we got Emile Rowe, and by far Arsenal's brightest spark on the night with some nice line-breaking runs and turns away from Brentford's high press. His spin in midfield, followed by a rod and shot early in the second period, was probably the Gunners' most exciting moment. And with Smith Rowe, he was decent, and he's got the number 10 shirt, and I do feel sorry for him for signing a new deal. I think he should have left the football club because we are a shambles, and he gets an 8 for his performance. Next up we got Gabriel Martinelli. One headed chance from the corner was probably the most he got into the game. He made some good runs but his teammates refused to use him. Looked confused as to where he was supposed to be standing when Kieran Tierney got the ball in the opposition third. But his determination and passion for this football club cannot be unmatched by other players in my opinion. And I just feel sorry for these players because there's no talent around them to get those chances to score, and that's something that we are lacking heavily, and he gets a 6 for his performance. Next up we got following Balogun. He touched the ball just 13 times in his first 54 minutes on the pitch, indicating how Arsenal struggled to use him, worked diligently and kept making runs, but the Gunners' lack of creativity in the final third again meant he hardly had any chances to score. And at this rate, it's not about what striker we have, it's just how we're going to utilise the striker at this moment. And Sam Pierre Aubameyang has slacked in that number 9 role, same with Lacazette, same with Balogun, same with Martinelli, and he gets a 6 for his performance. Moving into the substitutes, we first got bukayo Saka. He warmly was received in one of the few bright moments on the night after coming on, and looked far more lively on the ball than what he had come before him. Again though, couldn't do much without enough men being in the box to help him, and Saka's just a level above. And it's going to be same old Arsenal. We rely on 2-3 players, and when they don't perform, we don't perform as a team, and I really am scared as an Arsenal fan. Nothing bright for me, and he gets a 6 for his performance. Next up we got Reiss Nelson. He looked nervous on the rare occasions that he got the ball. Looks to be a player who has totally lost his confidence at this level and needs a move to kickstart his young career. And I don't know, there's not that zeal, that little bit of enthusiasm. There's nothing in this game at the moment, and he looks very shocking, and he gets a 5 for his performance. Finally we got Nuno Tavares. Showed his versatility coming on as an attacking right back and looked to use his offensive instincts to get Arsenal back into the game. Ultimately too little too late though. You can't blame the kid. He came in, he tried to do as much as he could, he took a shot in, he took the responsibility, and he gets a 6 for his performance. Overall, poor performance, poor game, bad start. We're bottom of the league. Arteta in, Arteta out, I don't know. I think there's a lot of things to worry about. We are a shambles as a football club, and I don't know what else to say.